That's amazing. So you just had a child.
I just what? Sorry.
You had a baby.
Oh yes, I just had a baby. Yes, yes. I had a baby. She is now 18 months old.
Oh, congratulations. So what was that like? So everything that you've studied, right? Everything that you've known, and you're like, hey, this is happening. What was that like?
Well, you see, this is. I always say to people, we can stand here and we can talk about. So, for example, when I teach the topic of love
Yeah.
or the topic of compassion, so people, we can stand here and we can talk about this until the end of times. There are certain experiences that would allow you to understand this in a split of a second, much, much more deeply and much, much more meaningfully than days of discussing it verbally, right?
Yeah.
And I'm saying that because, when this child came to the world and I held her in my arms, and this is like, it's the hugest cliche, but it's so, so true. I felt um, I felt my heart melting in a way that weeks of meditation retreats or weeks of loving kindness meditation wouldn't create within me. Uh, I love it. I love it, and I also feel, and that's another very interesting thing. And again, from a spiritual point of view, I think it's very accurate. At least I believe so. That we continually get precisely what we need. It isn't always what we want, and this is very interesting for us to distinguish between what do we need and what do we want. They're not always the same thing. Um, but if we're open to whatever comes along and we accept it fully as it is for what we need, it's such an incredible lesson. And I'm saying it in the context of my child because I feel that she's my teacher. My baby is my teacher. And for the first 6 months, she was my teacher, as in, how do I survive with no sleep?
Yeah,
And then later on, she becomes right. So there are a lot of lessons to be learned. But I feel there are a lot of lessons ahead. I'm looking forward to it. So this is, for me, it's like this incredible combination of deep love and an invitation for me to grow as a result of our relationship. Pure joy.
Oh, it's so fun to hear you talk about that. So this has been amazing. This has been like so like I can't wait to share this with my people. Right, they're gonna love this. What advice would you give to either parents of teenagers, people in high school and college, or high school and college students themselves?
To the parents,
Mm-hmm.
I would say this is your child, and at the same time, he or she would have to go through what they go through. And trying to shield them from their experience isn't always the healthy choice.
Mm.
I feel that one of our instinctive reactions in our relationship with children is trying to hold them back so that they won't be harmed, um, they won't experience the pain or the difficulty. And it's an instinct, and it's the most natural instinct in the world, because I'm the parent and I wanna make sure my child isn't harmed. And yet I feel that when we accept the challenge of the child, especially if it's a teenager, right? Because they go through a lot of questions, which could be very confusing for them. If we could just be there for them instead of trying to change them as it happens, and we could offer them deeper acceptance, this is the greatest gift we could offer them.
Mm. That's fantastic. Thanks, Itai. It's been so. This has been amazing. Thank you for this interview. So you didn't mention, where do you teach? Where do you teach? And if people are interested in contacting you to learn more about you and your publication, where should they go?
Well, you should simply go to my website, which is awarenessisfreedom.com.
Okay. And when you teach at, it's East London University, right?
Yes. So physically, face to face, I teach in London, University of East London. And I also teach meditation teacher trainings. I also teach some workshops, and I run retreats. It's all on my website.
That's fantastic. And I plan on going to London. I hope to be there. I'm going to be in Spain in November. We're not going to make it to London, but from 2016, 2017 academic year, I'm going to be most likely in southern Spain for the whole year. And I am for sure going to make it to London a handful of times. I can't wait to see you in person again. It'll be fun.
Let's do that. Of course. Come and see me. I might come and see you in Spain. Yeah, let's connect. I'd love to meet your family as well, by the way.
You know, it will be lovely. And I think, because I have an 8-year-old and a 5-year-old, so 2 girls, and they're, you know, I've seen it. I know that feeling, you know, and I held her and I was like, you know, and she was born in June and I was teaching Latin at the time. So I had this summer in front of me. So I had 10 weeks of nothing.
Wow.
Except holding a child. It was blissful, you know, and I think part of what makes me excited about this and, you know, this kind of exchange of ideas, like what we're doing here, is that there's so much more information present about if you want to live a happy life, not just like I have lots of stuff, but like a truly happy thing, then it would, it's necessary to go through that pain that you're talking about, right? And like the acceptance of the pain as part of the process. And I just was thinking about the idea of trauma, right? Trauma is being stuck in like a negative, like in the negative, right? But the same thing that a lot of people hope for is to be traumatized positively, like to literally be stuck in the positive, right? And I think that just totally fits like what you're talking about. And when you were talking earlier, I was like, oh, this is a soul brother. Here's a man, he's like on the same path, on the other side of the planet, same path. And Itai, again, it's been amazing having you and doing this. I'm glad we finally made it happen.
It was great communicating with you, my friend.
Again. And yeah, thank you. Thanks for doing this.
Thanks.
All right.